Assalamu alaikum, children.
Today, we are here to commemorate the martyrdom of our beloved seventh Imam, Imam Musa Kadhim alayhi salam.
He was born on the 7th of Safar, 128 years after Hijrah, in a place called Abwa, which is between the holy cities of Mecca and Medina.
His mother's name is Sayyidah Hamida, and his father's name is Imam Ja'far Sadiq alayhi salam, who is our sixth Imam.
Imam Musa al-Kadhim alayhi salam was very knowledgeable, just like his parents. He would teach people about Islam from a very young age.
He started practicing his imamate when he was only 20 years old. After his father, Imam Ja'far Sadiq alayhi salam, was poisoned by Mansur al-Dawaniqi.
People hurt him a lot in different ways. However, it never made him angry. He was always patient.
That is the reason why he is known as Al-Kadhim, which means the one who controls his anger.
Let's listen to a story to see how patient he was by beginning with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Blessed names. Why was he named Al-Kadhim? The burning sun shone down brightly on the fields where a drought had plagued the land. A farmer stood in the heat, sweating as he dug into his land with a shovel, preparing for the planting season. From afar, he could see Imam Musa al-Kadhim alayhi salam riding by with his companions on their way to the masjid. As the Imam alayhi salam grew closer, the farmer scrolled and began shouting curses at him. You see, this angry farmer was a friend of the evil caliph of the time, a well-known enemy of the Imam alayhi salam, and had heard many lies about the Imam. As the farmer drove his shovel into the dirt, he continued to call out names and make fun of the Imam, who was now very close to him. Upon hearing the insults, one of the Imam's companions became very angry with the farmer. He said to the Imam, "O Imam, this man is disrespecting you. Please let me teach him some manners." The companion pulled out his sword, ready to fight the farmer. The other companion chimed in, "Yes, please, let us teach this scoundrel a lesson. He cannot talk to our beloved Imam like this." Imam al-Kadhim alayhi salam gently raised his hand and everyone instantly became silent. In a calm and gentle voice, he said, "Why don't you two go ahead to the masjid and I'll join you soon, inshallah." The companions agreed and bid him farewell. Imam al-Kadhim alayhi salam then rode towards the angry farmer and said, "Salamu alaikum, brother. How are you?" The farmer scowled and replied bitterly, "I would be better if it weren't for this drought. I've lost everything and all I have are debts to pay." With a warm smile, the Imam alayhi salam continued, "Yes, it's been a hard year for many. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you lots of success in your farming this year. If you don't mind me asking, how much did you lose because of the drought?" The farmer sighed and said in frustration, 100 gold coins. Without blinking, the Imam alayhi salam came down from his horse. He reached into his pocket, pulled out a heavy coin bag, and handed it to the farmer. When the farmer opened the bag, he was shocked to see 300 gold coins inside. Imam al-Kadhim alayhi salam said with compassion, "This is for you, dear brother. You can pay off your debts, keep your farm, and provide for your family. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends rain so that your crops flourish this year Inshallah. The farmer's eyes widened with surprise, and his mouth fell open in shock. Embarrassed, he fell to his knees, dropping the bag of coins. With tears in his eyes, he began kissing the Imam's hands and feet and pleaded, "Oh my Imam, I'm so sorry for my horrible behavior. Everything they said about you is wrong. How could I have been so disrespectful towards you?" Imam al-Kadhim alayhi salam helped the farmer off his knees and gently put his arm around him. With a kind voice and smiling face, he forgave him. He then told the farmer, "May Allah be with you," and rode off towards the masjid. The farmer was filled with regret and sadness as he watched the Imam alayhi salam ride away. Some time passed, and Imam al-Kadhim alayhi salam had finally reached the masjid and began teaching his students. As they were studying, the students looked up and were surprised to see the farmer standing outside the masjid. One of them scoffed, "Doesn't he have any shame? Has he come all the way to the masjid just to continue insulting the Imam?" The farmer entered with his head lowered. He approached the Imam alayhi salam and said, "Assalamu alaikum, O son of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam. I let my anger and frustration get the better of me. I am very embarrassed by my actions. Please forgive me. It is now clear to me that Allah chooses only His best servants to be the Imams." One of the students was confused and asked, "I don't understand what is happening. Aren't you the same man who used bad words against our beloved Imam? What changed your akhlaq?" The farmer told them what had happened between him and the Imam after the companions left. The students were impressed by the amazing akhlaq of Imam Musa al-Kadhim alayhi salam. Once again, the farmer apologized and bid the Imam and his students farewell. The Imam turned to his students and said, "All of you wanted to use violence to teach this man a lesson. Yet all it took was some kindness to help him realize his mistakes." So you see, instead of yelling at the farmer and giving in to his anger, Imam al-Kadhim alayhi salam was able to swallow his anger and help the farmer. Through the Imam's kind actions, the farmer's hate turned into love. This akhlaq of our seventh Imam alayhi salam is why he is called Al-Kadhim, the one who swallows his anger. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. Until next time, ma'a salama.
Imam Musa al-Kadhim alayhi salam is the only Imam who spent many years in prison, alone and away from his family.
Even when he was in prison, he used to thank Allah and work to promote Islam.
When the prison guards would see his good behavior, they would refuse to keep him in their prison.
That is the reason why Harun al-Rashid tried to imprison him in many different prisons.
Finally, Imam was sent to the prison of a cruel man whose name was Sindi bin Shahir.
The prison was a very small, dark room from which the Imam was unable to see the daylight or the night sky.
It is said that Imam became so weak in the prison that when he would be in the position of sujood, it seemed as if only a white cloth was spread on the floor.
Imam Kadhim alayhi salam had many followers who loved him Allah. They all wanted to see him. One day a follower asked our Imam when he will come out of his prison so they could see him again.
Imam answered by saying that they would be able to visit him soon at the bridge of Baghdad.
After some time, Sindi gave poison to our beloved Imam as ordered by Harun al-Rashid.
Our Imam left this world on 25th of Rajab, 138 years after Al-Hijrah. His body was carried and left on the bridge of Baghdad.
That is when the followers of Imam Kadhim alayhi salam saw him, and even when he departed this world, his body was still in chains.
Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Let's listen to a litania to give condolence to our beloved Imam al-Mahdi, Ajralallahu ta'ala farajahu al-sharif.
The Babul Hawaii, Imam Kadhim. The bridge of Baghdad and the morning followers. The Babul Hawaii, Imam Kadhim. The bridge of Baghdad and the morning followers. His son Rida was his successor, the guardian of little Ma'asuma. She dearly missed her beloved father, who was away from Medina, who was away from Medina. The Babul Hawaij, Imam Kadhim, the bridge of Baghdad and the morning followers. The Babul Hawaij, Imam Kadhim, the bridge of Baghdad and the morning followers. Alone in the prison for many years, away from his family and followers. To communicate with him they wrote letters. They yearned to see their true leader. They yearned to see their true leader. The Babul Hawaij, Imam Kadhim, the bridge of Baghdad and the morning followers. The Babul Hawaij, Imam Kadhim, the bridge of Baghdad and the morning followers. Tortured in the depth of many prisons, the dark and dreadful dungeons, with chains in a terrible situation. Madloom Imam was poisoned. Madloom Imam was poisoned. The Babul Hawaij, Imam Kadhim, the bridge of Baghdad and the morning followers. The Babul Hawaij, Imam Kadhim, the bridge of Baghdad and the morning followers.